Good boy.
The shape of an L on her forehead. But thick as you are, pay attention.
Say it, firecracker.
Woohoo!
Reduced to just standing around. How absurd.
Say it, pumpkin. Good boy. Say it, firecracker. Good boy. Welcome back, Mangler3M here. We're going to continue with Genshin Impact. There's a bunch of temporary events going on. They say they have to do with the windy theme, Wind Bloom. If you remember last year, they had these. I'm going to go see who we're talking to. Oops. Sounded like the game was up. Yep, there we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and see. Looks like Wind Bloom's Breath, and they let you do a quick start on this. I'll go ahead and do that. You want me to finish Archon Quest, Story Quest? Not sure exactly which ones those are. I'm going to not finish those, and we'll just rearrange it later in our heads.
Doesn't Mondstadt celebrate the Wind Bloom Festival around this time of year? Paimon has lots of good memories from the last one. The sweet scent of flowers on the breeze, the sweet smell of tasty snacks on the breeze, the feeling of the breeze on your face? The only downside was the lack of commissions. But Paimon's sure that was just a one-time thing. There's gotta be someone who needs our help, right? Let's go see how things are this year.
There's quality here.
Long way up. Looks like over in Mondstadt. Interrupt your story experience and affect your current quest progress. I'm gonna say okay. We'll catch back up later. We'll go faster if we have to. It wasn't anything challenging really in the previous story. See decoration. Those skinny things.
Good day, you two. It's nice to see you here at this festive time.
So, got any jobs for us?
I'm afraid I'd struggle to find you any commissions in the near future. With the arrival of the Wind Bloom Festival, the only task most Mondstadters are busy with is preparing gifts for their loved ones. But it's customary to do this oneself without assistance. Think of this period as the off-season for the Mondstadt branch of the Adventurers Guild. Spring is here, love is in the air, and everyone wants to relax and enjoy themselves. Even the cats at the tavern next door have been getting lovey-dovey with one another recently.
Ew. Gross. You know that feeling you get when you burst out the doors after a nice nap, hoping to make it to the store before the limited edition drinks sell out, only to get there just in time to see the last 2 glasses snatched away right from under your nose by a couple of pesky lovebirds? That's what this feels like.
That's very specific of you, Paimon.
Perhaps you two could simply take this chance to...
Traveler, Paimon, thank goodness I found you. There's something I need your help with. Whoa! Sucrose?
Oh, someone needs help after all?
What is wrong sense. It's just... How do I explain? Go ahead, Sucrose. We don't have anything else to do right now anyway. Phew. Okay. Here's the situation. I've been appointed as the Windbloom Festival's special ambassador by the Knights of Favonius this year. My task is to do good deeds for people during this festival of gratitude and love. Nice one! So how did they decide who to appoint anyway? They spun an empty bottle donated by Angel's Share inside a circle with all our names on it. Whoever's name the bottle stopped at got chosen.
This method seems a bit arbitrary.
I think so too. But everyone said that it was to make it fair, so everyone had an equal chance to become the special ambassador. The thing is, I'm not great at dealing with people, so I was really daunted by it at first. But I'm still glad that I got this role. Luckily, I came up with a way to spur myself on, which has helped. Have a look. Is that a test tube? Yep, every time I do a good deed for someone, I get them to breathe into a test tube. That way, I can collect everyone's breaths of joy. Sounds fascinating! Are you gonna use them in your research? Yes. I believe these breaths of joy will serve as valuable raw materials for alchemical transmutation. With any luck, I'll be able to produce something truly miraculous.
Like an extra sweet flower? Like an extra sweet Sensetia?
Darn, now Paimon's hungry. Wait, you're doing this on purpose, aren't you?
Paimon's always hungry.
I meant something even more exciting than that. I can't say for sure until I have more test results to confirm my hypothesis, though. Alchemists mustn't make claims they can't live up to. Anyway, I'm still missing one final breath of joy. Oh, is that all you need help with? That's easy. Just treat Paimon to a sweet Madame. Then you'll get your last breath of joy.
More like sweet Madam Breath.
Hey, come on! Paimon's doing her best to help, okay? So, does it need to be more like official or ceremonious or something? No, joy isn't measured in those terms at all. Let me put it this way. Have you ever planted a fruit seed and cared for it while it grows? In the same way that those tender, sweet fruits are the product of your time and effort, the amount of joy derived from an experience is positively correlated to the degree of hardship overcome during it. For example, in my case, I would say that to experience a statistically significant amount of joy, I'd have to do something like spend 6 months developing a medicine formula to a point where it was finally consistently effective. Similarly, in order to collect a significant amount of joy from other people, I have to find ways to do something sufficiently challenging on their behalf. Oh, Paimon gets it now! Long story short, you want us to help you find people for you to help! Oh, that's pretty tough given that it's the Windbloom Festival and all. Oh, I figured since you're such experienced travelers, you might have some ideas. But if even you don't know how to approach this...
Don't worry, leave this up to me.
Really? You have a plan?
Experience is on my side.
Well, if he's in, then Paimon will help too. With the talking, anyway. But, if things don't work out, can Paimon still get that sweet Madame? Oh, come on, Traveler. This is a festival of gratitude and love, after all. How could you refuse?
Excuse me, Sucrose? Could I borrow you for a second? Package for you.
Oh, sure. Be right back. Wait! Is that who Paimon thinks it is? That's Collei, right? When did she arrive in Mondstadt?
Oh wow, is she better now? Maybe that's the quest I have to like make her better before this. Maybe that's the quest I haven't quite finished yet.
Collei! Hey! Oh, hey you guys. What are the chances? You were staring into space just now. Something the matter? No, don't worry. I'm fine. I was just looking at a Mondstadt children's book in the souvenir shop over there. While I was flipping through it, a piece of paper fell out. The writing on it was really mysterious. Almost like a prophecy. If you can do these things, you may light the lantern of utmost joy and receive a supreme blessing. And what does these things refer to? Find a flower that is not of this world. Find a guide who will never get lost. Find one who would never lie. Find a legend that never ends. So, 4 things in total. Here, have a look. I asked a lady who owns the store about it, but she said that she didn't know anything about any paper slips.
Perhaps we can ask a friend about this later.
Hi there. Sorry to butt in, but what's the name of that storybook you just mentioned? Oh, it was called The Boar Princess. That is strange. I've read that book, and it sounds like that note you found has no relation to the story at all. Do you know her? Let Paimon do the honors. Kale, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Ammonius. And Sucrose, meet Kale. She's a trainee forest ranger from Sumeru's Avidia Forest. Hello. Hi.
She's turning red.
This is getting awkward fast. They're both so shy. So, Sucrose, what are your thoughts on this prophecy? Could it be real? Without having done any research, I couldn't comment definitively. But if you want my subjective opinion, I don't think that it's a nasty prank or anything.
Why not?
The only people who read children's books are those with a childlike wonder and imagination. Or children, of course. I'm sure that whoever put this prophecy there would understand that. Would they really do this just to spread lies and ruin someone's innocence? I can't imagine anyone being so cruel. That's a great take. I love it. Exactly. Who would want to hurt a child's feelings? Okay, so what do you think the blessing is, Sucrose? If I had to guess, maybe a fairy that can make people's wishes come true or something? I haven't read many fairy tales, so this is pure speculation. With no other information on hand or prior research to compare against, I'm afraid it might not even be worth considering. Wow! Her guesswork is really good, though. I want to pick her brain some more. But will she find it annoying if I keep asking her questions? We've only just met after all. What's the best thing to say to someone you're meeting for the first time?
Would you like to get the lantern of utmost joy?
Well, yes. I mean, if possible. Then, what would you wish for, Kale? I'd wish for a better personality. Huh? You can't waste it on that. You've got a great personality already. That's very kind of you. But if you know me like I do... Kale!
So critical.
I know that voice. It's... Kale!
You made good time, huh? You're way earlier than I expected. I spotted your green hair way off in the distance. Good thing my eyes are sharp, or I'd have missed you.
Amber! Have you been doing well? Did you finish all the pita pockets I brought you last time?
You bet. They're getting yummier each time you make them.
Huh? Wait, remind Paimon, have you picked a Mondstadt before? A long time ago, I had a lot of help from from a lot of people here in Mondstadt. So ever since my Alizar got better, I've been looking out for an opportunity to come back to Mondstadt and tell them all the news that I've been cured.
Good for you.
Thanks.
I knew she got cured.
If it's okay with everyone, why don't I take Kale for a walk around town? I'd like to show her some of the places she didn't get to see last time.
It's a good ending.
Of course.
Just have to do it for real.
Sure, go right ahead. Sorry, Amber. I agreed to meet my traveling companions by the city gate in a few minutes, so I can't go with you just yet.
Oh, that's alright. In that case, you guys go rest up, and I'll go see Master Jean to ask for some time off.
Oh, okay.
Traveler Sucrose, could you look after Kale for now? I'll come get her later and take her out. There's still a whole bunch of people I need to introduce her to.
Sure, no problem.
You can count on us.
Awesome. See you later then.
You alright there, Kale? You look kinda disappointed. I'm sorry. I'm just feeling a little shy today. Don't worry about me. Amber wants to introduce me to more of her friends. Am I gonna be able to cope? I've only met Sucrose so far, and I'm already struggling to make conversation. I wish I had a little more self-confidence. Then I'd find it much easier to make friends with people. It's nearly time! Let's go to the gate and see if they've arrived.
Useless.
Oh wow. Sino.
Why
Just
is
got
this
here.
humble windmill such a great view?
I mean, it's understandable. It must have been a long time since you last came to Mondstadt.
Because it is the true Great Vayu Viastra.
Chukator of Secrets. Known across Sumeru for his ruthlessness, the General Mahamatra Sino strikes fear into the hearts of countless researchers. But those who know Sino well would understand that such an image is only meant to deter others, or deter ones with malicious intent. Researchers with their propensity to exaggerate are more or less biased against Sino. In his private life, Sino is neither rigid nor cold. Instead, he is a passionate TCG player who enjoys sharing joy using his unique sense of humor. Therefore, it's best not to think too much of the occasional or incomprehensible sharpness in his words that might send shivers down the spine.
Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't get it. View, Vayu, and also Mahamatra, Vayu Viastra? No?
Making a joke.
Kainari! Sino! Over here!
Whew, am I glad to see you.
He's sick and tired of the other guy already.
And who's this young lady?
Master, this is Sucrose, an alchemist with the Knights of Favonius. We just met. Sucrose, this is my teacher Tainari. He's a highly respected forest watcher in Sumeru, and he's also a very famous botanist.
He never wants to go anywhere. He came all the way here.
Kale's exaggerating. I'm Tainari. Pleased to meet you.
So you have a teacher as well. The pleasure is all mine, Tainari, sir. Yep, he's extremely knowledgeable too. And this is General Mahamatra Sino of the Sumeru Academia. He's really famous in Sumeru as well.
Greetings. Though if I might say so, we're purely here for personal reasons. You needn't be unduly concerned with our official positions. And Kale, there's no need to use my full title. Sino is fine. Or sir, if you absolutely must.
Indeed. We're not here in an official capacity. Just to keep Kale company on her vacation.
Wow.
Keep me company? But it was you two that insisted on coming.
Kale is very important to us. We felt obliged to ensure her safety on the long, treacherous journey to Mondstadt.
Yeah, I bet.
But I've been here on my own loads of times before. What about your work, though? What if something bad happens while the General Mahamatra's away?
There should be no issues. I have left my duties in the hands of my subordinates, and 2 especially reliable helpers.
Oh, Sucrose. What were you saying about you having a teacher as well?
I was just going to mention that I think we're in a somewhat similar situation. I'm an assistant to Mr. Albedo, Mondstadt's genius alchemist.
Oh, please, Sucrose. Genius is an unnecessary epithet. It will serve only to leave an exaggerated impression of me in the minds of our guests.
Mr. Albedo, but it is an objective truth.
Hey, Albedo's here too! Great! The more the merrier!
Everyone introduces themselves and exchanges pleasantries.
So tell me, Sucrose, since your specialty is bioalchemy, what do you know about the antitoxic properties of the calla lily?
Wait! Can we hold off on the nerdy topic for now? Someone doesn't want to be left out!
Oh, as it happens, I've studied the calla lily in quite some detail before, with it being a species native to Mondstadt. I wrote a whole report on my findings. If you're interested, Mr. Tainari, sir, I can go get it for you.
We're supposed to be here on vacation, and you're already thinking about how to improve your herbal medicines? Also, I thought we'd agreed to take on new identities for this trip.
What new identities?
Mine was Adventurer Sino, skilled desert explorer. Tainari's was technological consultant to the treasure hoarders, and Kale's was traveling musician.
You find that sort of roleplay fun?
Very much so.
I do wish some of the less cautious adventurers in the Avidya forest would consider coming to Mondstadt instead. What Philanimo mushrooms lack in texture, they make up for in not causing vomiting and diarrhea.
Are you contemplating using some compounds from the calla as active ingredients in a targeted antidote?
Yes, I gathered a few on the way here, and my initial research suggests to me that it could be worth a try.
Okay, I got it. But as much as I don't wish to be a wet blanket, it takes a huge amount of experimental data to conclusively prove how different drugs interact. Estimating the total development time would be very difficult. Add in the time for procurement and delivery of essential materials, and I'm not sure if we could complete development before you need to return.
Then please, allow me to help.
Mr. Albedo.
Apologies for my tardy entrance in the present discussion. I understand you're looking to make an antidote for poisonous fungi, correct? If you happen to have some samples with you, or relevant documentation on hand, perhaps you might give me the chance to review them later. But before that, I invite the 3 of you to look at this.
Food and lodging arrangements. Accommodations. One of Mr. Goth's other properties, priority the Adventurers Guild reception area, backup plan to be confirmed. Food. Group meals for the first day, following which all are free to make their own arrangements amidst the city's various restaurants and taverns. Self-catering facilities will be prepared at lodging. Outdoor activities. Considering our guests' sightseeing interests, Sucrose, Timaeus, myself, and some of the Knights of Favonius can accompany our guests, splitting into groups where necessary. Obtaining souvenirs. Multiple collection methods. With wind comes glory. The outdoors themselves, creation through alchemy, and handcrafting are all possibilities. Scientific observations. Emphasis on botany. Official business. No such needs at the moment.
Food and lodging arrangements? Were you quietly writing this up the whole time? Paimon didn't even notice!
Impressive multitasking.
Hardly. Rather, I should apologize for interrupting a serious discussion between trained professionals, especially after they've traveled so far to be here, when I myself am neither an adventurer, nor a technological consultant, nor a musician. Nevertheless, I would encourage you to have a knowledgeable local arrange your detailed itinerary while you're in Mondstadt. Take a look. And should you find anything here to be objectionable, it can easily be adjusted.
This is too kind of you. These arrangements are quite excellent.
It looks great! Even Paimon feels like tagging along for the food and board.
You're not included in this itinerary.
That's why it's called tagging along!
Very comprehensive. The adventurer, technological consultant, and musician all approve. Thank you.
Just one thing. We'd like the chance to cook as well. Why don't we change the group dinner to a camping and cooking trip?
I'll help pitch the tents.
I can help too.
And Paimon will take him, the good hunter, to order some starters. Mondstadt's cold cut platter is not to be missed.
Nice idea. I'm looking forward to it already.
Then it's decided. Sucrose and I will bring the three of you to your inn for a quick rest. You two, let's meet by the lake this evening.
Sure, coming right up. Would you like anything else?
Do we, want anything else?
Look at her eyes. We got stars in her eyes. If we must, one sweet madame, I guess.
Yay! So you do remember after all! You're just the best! Paimon will give you the sweet flower from that sweet madame as a wind bloom.
Just don't ruin your appetite for later.
No need to worry about that! Paimon can make room for good food.
Alright, just a moment.
In the time it takes her to cut that, she eats the sweet madame.
That was great. If that was a wind bloom treat, then Paimon wishes it could be the wind bloom festival every day.
Be safe. May the god of animals.
All right, looks like we're all here.
We're not late, are we?
Not at all. We just came early to set everything up, since we happen to be free today. Kale put up the tent so quickly, but still managed to tie very sturdy knots. You can really tell that she's a professional. I didn't do much apart from passing materials around.
Thanks. It's all thanks to Master and Sino. They taught me everything I know.
What can I say? For a skilled adventurer, this is just another day on the job.
Are you quite finished? Or were you going to sing each other's praises till the moon rises? Come on, let's all sit down.
Everyone brings their food and starts cooking. After a delicious feast, everyone sits around the campfire.
That sunshine sprat was really very good. I didn't watch you cook it, but I believe that the prominent umami flavor of the dish owes itself to more than the fish alone.
That's correct. Any further deductions?
Let me think. The aroma was quite uniform. Unlike that of a spice blend, it was also unfamiliar to me. So I would venture that it was a Mondstadt specialty. As far as edible Mondstadt plant species are concerned, calla lilies are usually used in soups. So if I had to guess, small lamp grass?
That's right. I've long heard that Sumeru's fish with cream sauce is noted for its gentle texture, which brings out the tenderness of the fish. Here in Mondstadt, we're not quite as varied in the use of spices as in Sumeru, but the principle of bringing certain distinct flavors to the forefront through combinations of natural ingredients is, very much the same.
I liked it a lot. I'm curious as to the exact ratio of ingredients.
I'll write a copy of the recipe for you.
Would anyone like to try the nutrient-dense meal I made?
I'll have some.
What about you, Kale? It doesn't look like you've eaten very much. Is your appetite low at the moment?
No. I just don't eat a lot normally. Sorry. I didn't mean to make things awkward.
Tighnari, while we were on the road, we spotted something white, walking on two legs. Was that Paimon?
Which day was this?
Just after passing through Stonegate.
Dino, are you sure your eyes were working that day? Or maybe your hood was blocking your vision? Paimon always flies. There's no way she'd ever walk.
Is that right? I thought that you'd made me snacked on too many local ground nuts. No? Not funny? Ground, you know. As in ground up, but also the ground. Ground nuts make you fall to the ground.
Is no one gonna interject? Is no one gonna stop him from explaining?
Think of this as part of the process of getting to know Sino. On the bright side, these jokes show that he thinks of you as his friends.
Still, we could test the hypothesis.
What hypothesis?
That plant species indigenous to Mondstadt may have an effect on the motor functions of flying lifeforms.
Hey! Paimon's not your test subject! Anyway, by your logic, wouldn't that mean that eating, say, Zaitun peaches, that would make a sick Paimon peachy in no time or something?
Or that eating enough lavender melons would have no effect? I say put these theories to the test.
Hey! Not you two! I think the Traveler and Paimon's conversations are more entertaining than Sino's jokes.
I see. You must have been keeping quiet about this grievance for quite some time now.
You seem much cheerier now that you're here in Mondstadt, Sino. Actually, it feels like you're a completely different person.
That's because I'm Sino the Adventurer.
That's not funny.
It's not?
In fairness, you only saw him in his work mode while you were in Sumeru. He's actually like this most of the time when he's in a good mood.
Yep, it's true. Sometimes when he's eating, he'll grumble about how the bowl is too shallow for the amount of food it contains and other random stuff like that.
I understand. Then allow me to reintroduce myself. Before, you knew me as General Mahamatra Sino. Now, please see me as Sino the Adventurer.
Yeah, so that's another thing he does. He'll keep repeating something he thinks is funny until you stop trying to resist.
So you have two different mental states? Almost like different phases of matter. Interesting. I want to learn to do that too.
I think in your case, the two states we would end up with would be highly conscientious sucrose and stupefied sucrose. Oh, by the way, was there any reason in particular that you chose Mondstadt as your destination on this occasion?
Oh, well, Lisa once told me that the Windbloom Festival is one of Mondstadt's biggest events of the year. I wanted to take this opportunity to give everyone a Windbloom,
as a token of my heartfelt gratitude for everything they've done to look after me.
Plus, it was a good chance for Kale to get out and meet some new people.
Kale, Lily.
Call Lily.
What?
It's like a defensive player on Chelsea.
Kale's Windbloom. Maybe she should call it a Kale Lily. It sounds very Mondstadt.
Look at his eyes. He's like,
There's also cauliflower, which would technically make more sense. But somehow, it doesn't sound as nice.
Cauliflower, that's an even more popular word. I think it's funny. Cauliflower.
Moving swiftly on.
Completely ignored the joke and carried on the conversation. Guess sometimes that's the only way forward.
Sumeru's
But it's a language
major
barrier.
changes recently, and things at work have only just started to calm down. I don't get many opportunities to take a vacation, and this was a chance to join Kale on her trip. I'm also learning a few things about Mondstadt's flora and fauna that I'll be able to pass on to my peers and students on my return. 2 birds with 1 stone.
How about you, Sino?
I came to ensure Kale's safety.
That's just an excuse. Plain and simple.
Also, there's the matter of a Genius Invocation TCG custom-made card back.
So you did have an ulterior motive.
Have you all played Genius Invocation TCG before?
I have.
And that is why I am proud to call you my friend. When I first began contemplating getting a new card back, I asked around before eventually deciding to ask the legendary Mr. Calx for guidance. A friend of mine, Sawada, whom I played cards with on occasion, had been to Inazuma for the Irodori festival. He told me that Calx was a Mondstadter, so I should try my luck there.
How? Isn't that?
You mean, he's a friend of yours?
I see. So, you came to Mondstadt in search of Calx.
No, that is inaccurate. I came here principally to protect Kale.
You most certainly did not. Kale's been here on the quiet numerous times, and this is the first time you felt the need to join.
Not only me, same applies to you too, doesn't it?
If my little friend were here now, I'm sure he would describe this curious coincidence as having the makings of a good story. It's always a pleasure to meet a fan.
Here it comes.
Wait, you mean you're Mr. Calx?
Having my new friends address me by my pen name feels somewhat unusual. Please, just call me Albedo.
You're Calx. Sino's been talking about you non-stop recently. He's intent on getting you to design a bespoke card back for him.
You didn't have to say all that.
I don't usually take private commissions, but I believe that we are friends now, all of us. Our conversations have been deep and interesting, and Sino, your passion for this game is indeed one of a kind. I can see it in your eyes.
Obviously.
And given that you came all this way from Sumeru to see me, I'd be quite honored to take this commission.
Wow, your teacher's so nice. I feel the same about yours. Well, they definitely have different personalities, but they're similar when it comes to their character.
So, how much should I budget for the timeless masterpiece you will produce for me?
Surely, timeless masterpiece is something of an overstatement.
Any artwork fit to appear on the reverse of my card decks is by definition a timeless masterpiece. Even if I do say so myself.
Don't mind him. These TCG nut jobs are all like this.
I see. So, this has an almost religious significance. Well, for starters, I'd like to hear a few more of your jokes.
My jokes? You like them?
I do.
Really? I didn't see you laughing.
Well, the joke's ability to induce laughter is a separate matter, but I certainly find them fun.
If I might interrupt, does anyone else smell something strange?
Uh-oh. It's burnt.
My nutritional meal! Will it be okay? Should we go over and take a look too?
So, a good joke is not necessarily required to make people laugh at them.
Well, Albedo and sucrose were delightful, but this was still an exhausting meal.
I'd be grateful if you could check on Sucrose. As for our new friends here, leave them to me.
The cooking pot. Is everything okay? Only the base is burned. We can still use the cooking pot. It just needs a bit of a wash.
Good thing Kainari's nose is so sharp. Has he been in this kind of situation a lot before?
Don't let it get you down, Sucrose.
I know, it's just... I'm sorry to disappoint Sino. I guess we'll have to do this again another day. Oh, yes. I'm not sure if you've noticed. Kale seems a little... depressed. I noticed she was in a low mood when everyone was talking.
Is she?
Remember that note she received? I was just thinking. I want to try solving this riddle and giving Kale the chance to accept the blessing.
Oh, yeah! She's the one who needs your help.
Exactly. Maybe she'll be willing to breathe into my test tube. But anyway, that can wait. As much as I'd like to make progress in my research, I'd prefer to see her smile.
Alright, we'll help out too.
You will? Then tell me, honestly, do you think that this prophecy is for real too?
I know how I can find out.
Right!
I'll be back shortly.
Alright. Let's meet at the alchemy crafting bench in the city. I've got some thinking to do in the meantime. We're back.
Oh, what a shame. You just missed a joke about windmills.
Stop, please. I don't need to hear it a fifth time.
That bad, huh? Well, now Paimon really wants to hear it for some reason.
Didn't you say you want to see the Dragon of the East at some point? When are you going?
I'm on Enter FOMO.
Tomorrow morning. And you? What are your plans?
I'll go into the mountains to have a stroll and collect a few plants as samples.
Oh, perhaps I could join you? I'll be looking for inspiration for these card back illustrations.
Found you! I knew I was onto something as soon as I saw the fire. Wow, you have really sharp eyes.
That's an outrider for you.
Uh-oh. Did we break the fire safety rules or something?
Actually, you didn't. Strictly speaking, you should have reported your plans first. But since two of our very own alchemists are here, I'm happy to look the other way. Ah, yes, introductions. I'm Amber, and this is the Reconnaissance Company Captain Eula, a good friend of mine.
Good evening. You are friends of Kale, yes? A pleasure to meet you.
Oh, Amber and Eula. The pleasure is ours. I've heard a lot about both of you from Kale.
Oh, really? All positive, I hope.
You asked that last time, too. Of course it was positive.
I'd say we hear the latest news about you every time you write to Kale.
Glad to know we've made a good impression so far. Anyway, we're just here to collect Kale, so don't let us interrupt your chat. Come on, Kale. We're gonna take you to check out a few scenic spots.
Okay, great.
Still as high energy as always.
You know Amber?
Yes, we've met. She's Kale's most important friend. And for that, we are also very grateful to her.
That's Amber for you. Her outgoing personality means she can make friends with just about anybody.
Sucrose is like just about nobody.
It's getting late, and we still have a lot lined up tomorrow. I suggest we all head back and get some rest.
Yes, we should preserve our energy.
Alright, I'll start packing up.
Everyone packs up and says their goodbyes in the dark of night.
You're gonna get the tone deaf bard to check out that note, aren't you?
That's right.
Guess Paimon knows you pretty well, huh? Knowing him, he should be hitting the taverns around this time. We can go corner him and make him answer our questions. Let's move!
Not far at all.
Oh, it's been a while.
Paimon called it tone deaf bard drinking as usual. Put your drink down and get your game face on. We've got some important questions for you, mister.
Okay.
You tell him about the mysterious prophecy.
So, what do you make of it?
Yeah, any thoughts?
Aren't you forgetting something? It's the Windbloom Festival right now. You can't just go around asking people for help so blatantly.
Well, if you won't tell us the answer, could you at least tell us if this thing's worth a shot?
Sounds to me like you want a hint or two.
And a blessing or two to boot.
A fine answer. The person who wrote this prophecy is very powerful. If you manage to solve the riddle, good things are sure to happen. Also, I happen to know where this lantern is. Once you've found the 4 things, I'll even write the location down for you. Isn't that generous of me?
Whatever. We weren't expecting much from you anyway. You can get back to guzzling wine and blowing wind now.
Oh, woe is me. Paimon sees me as nothing more than a drunken wastrel. There are actually a great many things that we bards are required to do. It just happens that enjoying life is the most important one. Once this is over, would you like to join me for a drink? You know, a favor for a favor. A flower that is not of this world. Not of this world.
Sucrose! We've got some good news and some bad news. Which would you like to hear first?
Let's have the bad news first, I guess.
Huh? Really? Don't most people usually want to hear the good stuff first?
Just get to the point, Paimon.
Oh, alright then. Basically, we went to Windrise to divine the breeze. The wind said that the prophecy is real and that your idea is a really good one.
That doesn't sound like bad news. So what's the real bad news then?
Paimon ate the bad news. Blame Sino. If it's not funny, then it's his fault.
It's fine. Well, that puts my mind at rest. Now, back to the other issues I'm mulling over. I was thinking about the flower that is not of this world. It could mean a human-cultivated variety that doesn't occur in nature. But that's basically claiming that it doesn't come from this world in the first place, when actually it's just a variant of an existing breed. So, the initial question is, can the flower's origins be traced back to a natural organism? If so, it cannot be correctly described as not of this world. Then, supposing we identified something outside of that category, whose job would it be to decide whether it belongs in this world or not? Then the question becomes, do of this world and from this world mean the same thing? Or is it deeper than that?
No.
Whoa, whoa, slow down! Paimon's head is already starting to spin!
Okay, I did have one other line of thought as well. What about a flower created using alchemy? Would that be not of this world?
If by that you mean a flower that from beyond this world, Albedo did make something like that once.
Albedo may know the answer, but asking him right away would be like asking the teacher for the answers to your exam paper. It would render our search for the truth meaningless. I'd rather try and figure this out for myself.
Could it be the wind bloom?
Oh, now that you mention it, that's definitely a possibility. The wind bloom doesn't refer to a specific flower. Everyone defines what it means for themselves. In which case, the wind bloom doesn't exist in reality. This does seem like a promising direction. I've made a note. Okay, I better go read up on this.
Yay! Paimon was actually useful this time! Guess we have that sweet madame to thank, huh?
Even a broken clock is right twice a day. I'm counting on you for the rest, Paimon. Off to the first joke.
I'll need some time to prepare. Could we meet up here in, say, 2 days' time?
Sure thing! In the meantime, we'll also think about the other 3 riddles in the prophecy. But, since we're really going for this now, shouldn't we say something to Kale about it?
I originally wanted to leave it as a surprise for her, and I also didn't want to get her hopes up over nothing. But you're right, Paimon. I'll need to be careful how I word it. But I'll try to find some time over the next couple days to mention it to her.
Understood.
Alright, thanks so much.
Part 1 complete. Alright, we got Floral Pursuit, Ballads of Breeze, and Breezy Snapshots. Let's start with the Floral Pursuit. Lowin of the Adventurers Guild seems to be busy with something. Hey, we were just by Lizzie. That's not far at all. Hello there, welcome to the Windbloom Festival. You've come at a good time. We're currently organizing a little game known as Ballads of Breeze. Taking part in the game will allow you to play some lovely tunes, just like the bards of Mondstadt. How can I measure up to the bards? Oh, don't you worry, we've had lots of playtesters in the past. Even someone with zero knowledge on how to play instruments will still be able to play something that won't sound too bad. Please, believe me, have faith in the Knights of Favonius. As long as you do your best to keep up with the rhythm and beat, you'll be able to strum up a storm with ease. Focus only on the wind around you and the lovely song you wish to play, and all your troubles will surely fade away. Well, I imagine bards must be quite carefree then. Ha ha ha, I wouldn't say that for sure. After all, they do fret about whether their songs will move people enough to fork some Mora over. As for you, you just need to play to your heart's content. Well, never mind what I just said. I hope you know how this works, yes? Well, if it interests you, you're free to give it a go. You can use your own instrument to play said tunes. If you haven't brought one, I can lend you some. Not to brag, but we have quite a few on hand here. Each of them is quite different from the rest. Which of the instruments would you like to use first? For the live. Ah, this one then? No problem. Oh, one more thing I forgot to mention. Wait a moment, I need to consult my notes. Right, in order to make sure that everyone's able to play the best they can, we've decided to implement a tuning phase to this game. Simply put, we need to help you tune your instrument to the best state possible. Don't worry, it's easy. The first step should be... What am I supposed to do? Push this. Music may play ahead of the beat behind the beat. Adjust the calibration so the decision line touches the accented note when it's being played. Alright, we'll pretend that's good. Alright, that should do it. You're all tuned up. Music core should be ready as well. You can start in time as long as you had to. Of course. Press to configure the settings for your music. Okay, so we've got two options. We can do Contemplation in Snow, or we can do Invitation to Windbloom. Let's do that. Ooh, normal gets you 40. Nice. Edit beat map. Oh, maybe I can create my own. During the performance, different notes will appear on the screen. When a note falls on the decision line, strike the decision line to score points. The amount of points you score depends on your timing. A long note, hold the button down. We've done these ones before. Alright, so to figure out the buttons, that's the hard part. Oh, it's the bottom three on each finger, so each hand. Discontus, 3 stars. Let's try hard. So weird with the two hands. It's like a piano I can do. If it was DDR, it would have kicked me off a long time ago. We'll take it. They just want completed. They don't mind not getting a perfect score. Let's try the hardest one just for kicks. Whew. Got a high score on that one. I did not unlock the next one. I mean, it didn't good enough, or does that mean just they don't allow you to? Oh, 4 days. That's time based, not skill based. Right. Okay. Try this one. Contemplation in snow. Yeah, that was pretty good. There we go. Get better on that. Wow! I thought it was over. Oops. Better on that one than the easy one. I mean, this one's going to be the ultimate best one? Right. Yeah, rough ending. Yeah, still give me 2 stars for that. And full rewards. Alright, any more for this one? Take that as a no. I got 720 something or others. Let's go to the shop. Alright, we get our crown of incense. Those are rare. And then we'll try to save up for silky graces and then all this other stuff we already get lots of through other methods. Alright, Ballads of Breeze. We were actually looking for Floral Pursuit when we accidentally went there, so let's try this one. Seems to be busy with something. I mean, we can't go there, or is it just... No. Busy with me. Can the guild really manage this amount of work? Ah, Traveler, my apologies for not noticing you sooner. I had some guild affairs on my mind. You must be here in Mondstadt for the Windbloom Festival, I presume? You're just in time. The guild just came up with a little game, a guaranteed romp with prizes to be won. How about it? Want to give it a go? Let me introduce the little game to you first. The person who designed it calls it Floral Chess. He said that his inspiration came from the billowing petals and the wind that pursues them. And the game is meant to imitate the romanticism of pursuing these flower petals. That's quite the story. That's kind of complicated. Well, this inventor's a bard, so he has more of, you know, an imagination. Basically, when you're playing this form of chess, you need to collect as many blooms within the chessboard as possible. You'll have to avoid various obstacles in the process, and there will be tools on hand for you some support. That fellow even wrote an entire manual for this game, which I'll let you have a look at later. If you're interested, you're welcome to play. Remember, prizes are guaranteed just for participating. After the Floral Pursuit Challenge begins, you must Constantly collect bloom balloons to increase your score. The next area will unlock only after you collected a specific number of balloons. After you've collected a specific number of balloons in the final area, a ring of pursuit will appear and you can touch it to end the jump. Ursat balloons will pursue you within the challenge area. You must avoid the balloons, the Ursat balloons. If you're caught by one of the balloons, you lose a pursuit point and you'll return to the start point in the area. Bloom balloons and Ursat's balloons will both be displayed on the mini-map in the top left corner. You can adjust the display size of the mini-map and its rotation. You can join co-op as a single player. If you're already in co-op, you can invite another player in your party to play together. Okay. I'll give it a go. Okay. That one, you have to finish that one first. That one you have to wait. Darn it, so I'm only able to do a few of them. Okay, start. Alright, we want fast characters, I believe. Let's see, who's fast? You're fast, Mona.
It is as the stars foretold.
Are you fast, Yamiko? No. You're fast on water.
I will bring my notebook.
Any other fast characters? Am I missing any? You turn into a ball and you roll fast.
So sleepy.
Bring it on. But not to do any fighting. These are not my strongest characters. These are just my most awkward fast characters. Collecting Gale Blessings will help charge the Dispeller skill. After using this Dispeller, you'll be able to destroy all Ursat balloons you touch for 7 seconds. After collecting a Gather Blessing, your collection range for the balloons will be expanded for 10 seconds. Keep track of all that's going to be weird. Alright, I thought we... Alright, where are they? Down here? Oh, there is. Oh, I can't use her going to a ball speed. That's annoying. Next area is unlocked. Looks like I can sprint all the time. Oh no, I ran out of energy. I can't sprint. Oh no. There is 2 of them. I pushed the wrong button or something. Is that my gather collector? Alright, next area is unlocked. Oh boy, that one's really fast.
Make my escape.
Oh, I thought if you hit it, it died. Maybe because it bumped into me. Additional bloom balloons appear. Okay. Ring of Pursuit has appeared. That's what the target is for the whole thing. Success! Okay, does the score mean anything? Opponents defeated? None. Is that just a one location thing? Oh, they do give me extra rewards if I get a higher score. That's okay. Alright. We'll try to do the second one. I got a sword from that. Okay, so more points if you get more balloons. So I should keep going until I get 4,000. Darn, it didn't work on that one either. Oh, it's an item that you can use. I see. I didn't use it. That explains it. Okay, I'm gonna use it. Ready? Yeah! 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 Extra points. I'm not sure what happened there. I picked up something and didn't use it. Oh, I overrode it by getting the other one. It's a yellow one. Aw. Look at those points for that. We want 4,000, that's the goal here. Gosh, why do they keep doing it? He's asking me. I don't know what that means. What kind of piece of data, really? Stop doing that. Comes close to me and then asks me, what do you want? Nothing. What do you want? There we go, 4,000. No Ring of Destiny, huh? Four left. I have to somehow get enough points to get enough balloons. That one's only one and it's guarded. Oh, this one. Yay! Ring of Pursuit appeared and I got over 4,000. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba-da. Ah, so close. I can almost afford it. I can buy furnishings called Ursat's Blue. I don't need more furnishings, but I could just for kicks. Alright, Wind Bloom encounters. Not yet unlocked. Darn. Alright, Ballads of Breeze, we already did those. Breezy Snapshots. a special camera here for you. That you, buddy? Yes. Fast then. Traveler, please wait. What event have you got going on here? An event? No, I have neither the energy nor ability for something like that. I'm merely someone interested in photo taking. I even had someone get me a camera and took a great many pictures with it. The people at the guild seemed to really like the pictures I took. Cyrus even said that we could turn them into books and give them out as souvenirs. And well, you know what? Since the Windbloom Festival, Cyrus requested that I go around Mondstadt and take various pictures related to the festival. He's planning on putting them together into a commemorative album to be given out to the adventurers in the guild as memento. But Mondstadt's a big place with lots of photo-taking spots, and I'm just one person. The other adventurers are also out on their own errands and won't have any time to help. I know that a festival isn't really the right time to be asking around for help, but please, traveler. I heard that you're a dab hand at the camera, so please help me out. Well, I know a thing or two. Phew, alright, that's a relief. So the rumors are true then. Anyway, traveler, in that case, allow me to formally request your help in going around Mondstadt to take pictures using your camera. Ah yes, why don't you use this camera to take your photos? I maintain it regularly, so it runs very smoothly. I mean, it takes a good camera to take good pictures, wouldn't you say? I'll be counting on you then. The pictures just need to be related to the Windbloom Festival. Otherwise, there are no particular restrictions on your content. As for your reward, you don't need to worry. I'll follow the usual guild regulations. You won't be working for free. Now I'll need to sort the pictures here into categories. First up, photo of the main gate of Mondstadt City. You remember to go take a photo from the main gate? Keep the photo taking point right in your sights. You know, the bouquets, carpets, floral terraces. Take a good picture of all. Here, we'll just go to the page first. Alright. Said from the main gate, not to opposite end. Oh, they didn't put the spot for it. Equip your camera. Now their camera is blue and gold. I don't think mine is.
A flower that is not of this world. Could that be referring to the real one this year? I had to choose.
So complicated. Ah, new camera. Alright.
Astrologers must rid themselves of material
Oh,
desires.
has to be between
Only by
8
ridding
a.m.
oneself
and
of clutter can one see the
5
true
p.m.
world around them.
I can fix that. Success. Now we have to go to the other places. Picked the wrong character. I should have chosen the jumpy guy. Oh, no. God. Got it. Alright, where's that?
Divination is about precisely foretelling one's written destiny. Over-embellishing that fate only leads to misconception.
Use an elemental skill. Did you count that? I think they did. Alright, time-wise, there's nothing else we can do except for shop. Oop. We still don't have enough for that. Still don't have enough. We're really close, but I'm gonna wait and save up for the unfading silky grace and some of these other things. All these things are useful, probably. Somebody somewhere needs them. Alright, let's do test run. This is the Fire Claymore wielding Daya character. If you remember her from some of the missions, she's like the mercenary. She's an enemy until you pay her more and then she's on your team. Reminds me of Guardians of the Galaxy. He turns into a lioness? Now you're using up a little bit. It's like a slightly faster Claymore and fire. I think it's the first fire Claymore. Let's do her ultimate after we beat this. So I hit him with like shot. There's your burst. Is that a circle of fire?
You asked for it.
She's turning all on fire. Whoa. Claymore that can move a little bit. Noelle just spins around in circles. She's closer to Bido. Baby. Whoa. That was interesting. Did you see that purple sword trick thing he did? It's like a new character almost. I think I've seen that one. Or at least things like that. Sino, we just got him. It's interesting they only have 3. I've never seen just 3. How did they pick Bennett? Is he going to the backups if we don't get there? That's a pole arm for sure.
Judgment is upon you. Your penance is due. Guilty. You stand condemned. Your sins weigh upon your soul. Your penance is due.
I know why the screen turns off. That shape on the screen. It's like an oval shape thing. It reminds me of that one girl riding show today. Alright, we'll grab our rewards from Bennett. Okay. Where the meat splits and falls back. They pulled a Peter Pan and did the girl voice so that when the actual voice gets older, they don't have to
Why do they never miss?
hire somebody else because they had a voice change.
Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Take cover. Let's light it up. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up. Everybody stand back. Get out of here.
Yay.
Adventure time. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's light it up.
Alright, we did those. Let's see what this. Care Bear. Archon quest now available. Oh, so they're expanding it. That's Dane right there. complete a toast to victory, so we're not quite there yet. Manticora chapter, Deia's story quest is ready. Hangout event. And continuing to, guessing, redo the Abyss, which I haven't really gotten into, so. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and continue that main quest we were on last week. Gotta make sure we switch characters so we don't accidentally get stuck with the fight these guys. Alright, time-wise we were kind of in a weird dimension of trying to figure out a puzzle. It might take us back a little bit, I'm not sure. We'll find out.
Everything. Should we instead say good morning, Lesser Lord Kusanali? Hey, what's wrong, Nahida? You don't look too good.
Where's Dunyarzad?
I'm afraid that what you're thinking right now is correct.
Did Dunyarzad already disappear? No way. Are we too late?
The real Dunyarzad's consciousness has indeed disappeared. It can no longer endure the constant dream harvesting.
You were so close.
I can't believe it. Wait, so what about the other Dunyarzad? Just what is she? Is she also going to disappear?
She's actually something like a puppet, but not completely. The real Dunyarzad's consciousness could no longer keep playing her role in this dream. So another Dunyarzad appeared to replace her in the dream. Just like the grass and the trees, that Dunyarzad is just a building block of the dream that helps to keep it going.
But personality-wise, she's nothing like the real Dunyarzad.
Puppets are stiff and can't copy a living person's vitality. After all, they're just their skeleton. You know, speaking of which, the old Dunyarzad might not have been too different from a puppet.
Dunyarzad truly believed that she met you within her consciousness. And it was you who inspired her! So you do remember her after all!
Yes. Back then, her family was overly protective of her. No one cared about her personality or thoughts. It was as if she only lived to stall her Elazar. I just gave her a little wisdom so she could look at life in a new way. So that she could be her own person. But even so, she's still...
You are a kind Archon.
Far from it. I'm still a long way off from being a real Archon. I couldn't even save her. If I were a competent Archon, I wouldn't have let my most faithful follower die at the Sabzeruz festival with so many regrets.
Please don't beat yourself up over it, Nahida. It's the Sage's fault, and theirs alone.
I'm not beating myself up. All I did was to rationally observe the distance between myself and a real Archon.
Don't be like that, Nahida. Even real Archons are still allowed to be sad.
To prevent more tragedies like this, we must end the samsara as soon as possible.
Great, but how do we do that?
Although the Sabzeruz festival dream is under the Akasha's control, only humans can dream. Even the Akasha is unable to create them. That means this dream belongs to a host who created it.
Huh? So, how should we find that person?
Well, if this is someone's dream, then everything here must come from deep within their consciousness. Which means, with the power of imagination, they can change anything in this dream.
Imagination? What do you mean by that?
Imagination means breaking through what you perceive as normal. Like when the server at a tavern brings a plate to you, you naturally assume that food is on it. However, if you're the dream's host and you become aware that you're dreaming, when you imagine gold and Mora on the plate, the dream will respond in kind, and the server really will bring you gold and Mora. But right now, our host is unaware that this is a dream. No matter how many times they're served, it will always be food.
So we find the host, then what?
Find some way to make that person realize that they're dreaming. Usually, once that happens, the person will wake up and the dream samsara will be broken.
How are we going to find them, though? If it could be anyone, it'd be like looking for a needle in a haystack. And even if we did find them, how are we supposed to make them realize they're dreaming? After all, like you said, don't wake a sleepwalker.
It's extremely difficult, yes. But the only ones who can do it are you two. Remember, everything you've achieved up to this point has all been for the sake of finding the host and ending the samsara. As for me, during this time, I'll be out of town.
Out of town? Are you going to that place full of dreams where the Traveler went?
Yes. I want to try something. There must still be a small wisp of possibility. Hurry and go. Dreams are supposed to be fantastical, romantic, and full of pleasant surprises. Unnecessary things like this samsara need to end.
Paimon's still a little upset that we've come this far only for Dunyarzad to... She was such a good person, with such a simple wish. But fate was against her.
I just feel so demoralized.
Yeah. Saving Dunyarzad is what kept us going this whole time. But we mustn't lose hope, Traveler. Dunyarzad would definitely want to see us save everyone else. So let's break the samsara for her sake. Paimon's wondering, do you think the sages would get one of their own to be the host of this stream? Feels like it would be easier to control it that way, no?
Unlikely. Knowing the plan, they'd probably become aware that they were dreaming. An unsuspecting host would be less likely to realize this is a dream.
Huh. That's true. Plus, the sages probably weren't counting on there being other factors beyond their control, like Nahida and us. So, who do you think the host of the dream is?
Maybe Ferris, the Knigget of Flowers, the one with the strange getup?
Oh, that would make sense. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, is a symbol of the whole Sub-Zero's festival, right? Pretty core character. Let's go ask him some questions, shall we?
Mona moving is actually kind of cool. She goes so much faster, saves a lot of
You're
time.
back. You left in a hurry last time. Is everything okay?
Everything's fine. Just, it's a little hard to explain. Would you mind taking part in a little experiment with us?
An experiment? That came out of nowhere. I'm listening, though. What do you need me to do?
Could you make a wish?
Imagine your wish coming true before your very eyes.
You want me to make a wish? Is that a new Sub-Zero's festival tradition or something?
Less questions, more wishing!
Okay. My wish. Okay. I'm a little nervous saying this out loud, but I want Miss Dunyarzad to be happy.
Oh.
I noticed earlier that she looked a bit down, and she wasn't really talking to anyone. She just doesn't seem like herself. She's always so gentle and kind, and all the kids love her. I've also wondered if the reason she asked me to be Ferris Knight of Flowers is because I'm special to her, or something.
Oh, maybe she's the one dreaming. If she's the one dreaming of this...
So, you have a crush on Dunyarzad?
That obvious. After what I just said, I guess it is. When she placed the hat of the Knight of Flowers onto my head, she said to me, I want everyone to have a happy Sub-Zero's festival. What she didn't realize was that I'm not that interested in how everyone else feels. In that moment, I just wanted to be her Knight of Flowers for the rest of my life. 50 years, 100 years, I'll serve her till the end of time. Okay, yeah, that was a bit much. Felt like the right moment to get it off my chest, but that was pretty embarrassing. Okay, I'm ready to make my wish. I would like Miss Dunyarzad to appear in front of me right now with a smile on her face. Here goes.
Please come true.
Please come true.
I'm gonna open my eyes. Oh, you're...
What?
Funky? Sorry, but only one portion of Yelda candies per person. Back home you go. Nice try, you two. Anyway, never mind. I don't need to see her appear right in front of me. As long as she's happy.
Guess he isn't the host of this stream after all. Should have expected it wouldn't be this easy. It seems like everyone who knows Dunyarzad loves her. But none of them has any idea that she...
My lady, step back.
That sounds like Dia! Oh, right. This is when Dunyarzad bumps into the kidnappers.
I'll teach them a lesson they won't forget.
Huh? But Dia can handle them! Hey, Traveler!
Alright, we should switch characters because these, although they're fast, are not very strong, so if we get into a fight, that would not be good. Mona, I'll keep you just for this. You're out.
There's still a long road ahead.
And you're up. Let's put on... Let's use healer. We're not gonna have a healer, so if we need
What's our objective?
healing, then it's just...
Oh, it's you. Great timing. Please take...
Take Dunyarzad and leave. Leave these guys to me.
Hey, this is my job. The homie Yanni's pay me, not you.
You're wasting your breath.
You... Fine, alright. Knock yourself out. Why are you so worked up anyway? It's not like I don't trust your fighting skills. Anyway, watch yourself.
So you got yourself some backup. Suit yourself. You're going down.
That's close enough. Feeling lucky today. Burning tears.
Decided by destiny. Delved into destiny.
Propagate.
Traveler, were you just taking your anger out on those guys?
I'm fine. I'm just angry at myself.
You and Nahida both. Dunyarzad wouldn't want to see you two like this. Oh, and speaking of her,
Sub-Zero's festival, before the Samsara started, we came here with Dunyarzad because she wanted to pick something up. She said it was because she had forgotten something.
No, I don't remember that. Yes, I'd forgotten all about that.
So Paimon's memory is working so far. Anyway, Paimon also remembers that she is staying somewhere around here. She pointed it out to us the night before the Sub-Zero's festival.
Should we check out what the item is? Maybe it'll give us some clues.
Yeah, even if it's only a tiny clue, it'll probably still help us more than this needle in a haystack search. This is the place. It's rude to enter other people's spaces without permission, but desperate times call for desperate measures. Hey, the windows are unlocked. Okay, Paimon's gonna take a peek inside.
She enters the room, returns a while later, carrying something.
This was only a temporary residence, so there was pretty much nothing inside except this book on the table. Should we open it?
An elegantly written note. After almost 16 days, I was finally able to get these notes written before the Sub-Zero's festival. Once the festival ends, you and Paimon will probably continue your journey immediately, so I was hoping I'd be able to give you this before that. This is a compilation of folk legends concerning Lesser Lord Kusanali, created from a series of interviews I conducted in succession and wrote down. I interviewed so many people, but I'm afraid that there are very few who know much about her. Still, I hope that this will be of use to you in your search for her. Gadaraville's water supply was once contaminated, forcing everyone to go very far out to get water. But one day people suddenly found that the water was drinkable again, and some said that a green light was seen near the water's source the previous night. Everyone believes that there was a divine power of Lesser Lord Kusanali at work. This sounds quite possible. The decontamination of water sources via natural means probably takes ages. Did Lesser Lord Kusanali appear in Gadaraville then? After Mama passed away, I was super afraid of the dark and couldn't sleep. But from one day on, I would hear a voice that would chat with me till I fell asleep. A nice lady told me that Lesser Lord Kusanali must have been watching over me. Poor child. I hope that the Sub-Zero's festival makes him a little happier. This is quite similar to something I experienced back then as well. She is indeed a gentle god. There was this one time when I had a wee bit too much to drink and couldn't find my way home to save my life. Then, when I turned a corner, I could have sworn I saw Lesser Lord Kusanali. She was very tall and had the most muscular arms, and she caught me when I slipped and fell. The next morning, I found myself sleeping under a tree. I reckon that must have been her looking out for me. I'm not sure this one has much value as a reference. That was probably just a tree, right? These folk records appended with Dunyarzad's references and opinions leave every page densely packed.
Wow, Dunyarzad wrote all of this. Sounds like she was always thinking of us even while we were away. Even though she was also busy preparing for the Sub-Zero's festival and had all her health problems to worry about. She must have wanted to give this to us as a gift on the day of the Sub-Zero's festival, right? If we hadn't found this book, we never would have known. But now that we know, we can't even thank her.
Dunyarzad.
Hey! Where are you off to now?
Talk to Dunyarzad in quotes.
Dunyarzad's puppet.
I guess. Feel better if I say this out loud. Thank you.
Traveler? You must be exhausted. Come to think of it, we've been stuck in this place for a really, really long time. Heck, even the last time we were chatting happily with Dunyarzad feels like an eternity ago.
It was more than a week.
Paimon still remembers when we were sitting here, and the way her eyes sparkled when she talked about Nilou's Dance of Sub-Zeros.
I can barely recall it
There will
now.
always be frustrations in life, but I know that the point of living is not to leave behind any regrets.
Hmm?
That was what the real Dunyarzad said, wasn't it? Does that mean...
On your side?
Yes, Traveler. What is it?
Oh, so she's still just a puppet. But just now, how come...
Don't leave behind any regrets. Let's go, Paimon.
Where are we going this time?
Watch that dance after all.
If you continue to resist, we will have to order an investigation into every single event organizer. The Grand Sage has already granted you much leniency. I advise that you exercise tact.
How did things turn out like this? Traveler? You don't have to get involved. He's a sage from the academia. I don't want to drag you into this.
Traveler?
Traveler? What the heck are you doing? If you get arrested by the academia, that's another day gone to waste. Wait, they're not reacting. Have they been scared stiff?
Just like I thought. They're puppets.
Oh, of course! If this is the sage's plan, they wouldn't put themselves through this. So they're just substitutes.
What is this? What happened to the Grand Sage and his entourage?
Hold on a moment. What's up with these flowers?
Like I said, they symbolize the goddess of flowers. It's just a shame that all the real Padisaras went extinct after her death.
Yes. The Greater Lord brought forth new Padisaras in memory of the goddess of flowers. But she ultimately could never truly replicate that beautiful shade of purple.
That beautiful shade of purple. Aren't these flowers real Padisaras? Just like the ones from the legend? I didn't even notice. Dunyarzad, did you find these?
But didn't you just say all the real flowers went extinct after the goddess of flowers passed away? So, how?
Yeah. What's going on here?
Hilo, close your eyes.
Huh?
Imagine that the Grand Sage and his entourage are not here in front of you.
You guys are acting weird. But okay, I'll try.
Hey! They disappeared! So Nilu's the host! What a surprise! Purple body Saras don't exist in the real world anymore! But in Nilu's subconscious, they can appear as decorations on the stage! It's just like the example Nahida told us. People assume there will be food on a plate, and Nilu assumed there would be real Padisaras in the flower pots. So when you saw the flowers, you instantly knew it was Nilu?
Correct.
But if we want to end the samsara, we need the host to become aware that they're dreaming. How should we make Nilu realize that?
Am I dreaming?
Huh?
How'd you come to that conclusion?
So I'm right. Is this Lesser Lord Kusanali responding to our celebration of the Sabzeruz festival?
Wrong guess, but you aren't completely wrong either. The point is, what made you think this is a dream? As far as you know, people in Sumeru don't dream, right?
Yeah, but have you heard the tale of the first sage? To prevent a calamity, he went on a journey to find the Dendra Archon.
Ooh, sounds familiar. Dunyarzad told us a story like that when we first arrived in Sumeru City. So it was about the first sage, huh?
Yep, but in the part you heard, he hadn't become the first sage yet. There's more to the story. His piety and wisdom were acknowledged by the Dendra Archon, and she finally gave her blessing to him. All kinds of spectacular scenes appeared in front of the first sage, as if all the knowledge in the world was being painted onto a canvas right before him. He was captivated. After who knows how long, he mastered all the knowledge he could comprehend. Afterward, he said to the Dendra Archon, "I miss my parents, my wife, and my children. I've been away from home for far too long. They must be worried." The Dendra Archon smiled. The next second, the sage found himself lying in his bed, as if he had just woken up from a dream. His wife, lying next to him, said, "You're off to search for the Dendra Archon today, aren't you? Have a safe journey, my love." In the end, the first sage took care of many disasters in Sumeru City and founded the Academia. What a happy ending.
So, the first sage was dreaming ever since the beginning of the story? He never went on his journey?
Yes, but his faith and determination were conveyed to the Dendra Archon, so she blessed him in the form of a dream.
Paimon understands where you're coming from now. That's a really interesting connection. But we really gotta wake up soon, like the sage in the story.
You've been dreaming for weeks. Now that Nilu's aware of it, the dream should be over soon.
I see. Well, it just so happens that today's Sabzeruz festival is almost over too. Since we're in a dream, let's make this final dance of Sabzeruz as beautiful as we can.
Finally! Been waiting for this for a long time.
The wait is over, everyone. I dedicate this to our god, the Dance of Sabzeruz.
I'd be lying if I said I had no regrets. I would have loved to see Nilou's dance.
Two chills, huh?
Oh, good morning, traveler. Oh, Paimon feels like she's been asleep for the longest time.
Good morning, Paimon.
Paimon's head feels super heavy. Did we oversleep? Do you even remember going to sleep last night? Paimon thinks it was after the Sub-Zero's festival. The Sub-Zero's festival! Have we finally escaped from the Sub-Zero Samsara?
I remember now.
Take up your Akasha terminal!
At the end of the dance, I think I saw... Quick, let's go see Dunyarzad.
She's not in her room. What happened?
Let's go to the usual spot.
Huh? What usual spot? Well done, Traveler and Paimon. And thank you, Dunyarzad, for organizing the Sub-Zero's festival for me.
I'm sorry, who are...
Dunyarzad! You're okay! Oh, don't scare us like that!
Dunyarzad.
Oh, Traveler Paimon. I have something amazing to tell you. I just had a dream. And I saw Nilou performing the dance of Sub-Zeros.
What a story.
You're actually Nahida, aren't you? Paimon felt like Catherine was acting weird when we met at the Sub-Zero's festival. And Dunyarzad, did you save her? It's a really long story. We shouldn't disturb her. Her consciousness is still weakened. Let's chat somewhere else. How about by the Traveler's favorite bench?
It's funny seeing Nahida's voice in Catherine's body.
What's going on? Why are you two so excited to see me? Hasn't it only been a night?
It's actually been much longer than that.
And weeks.
Oh? Strange. Was I really asleep that long? No wonder I have such a headache.
Alright, they want me to walk. Let's go as fast as humanly possible.
After we parted on the last day of the Sabzeruz festival, I left the city and saw what the traveler had described. Among the countless dreams, I found one that was growing fainter and fainter. This proved my suspicion. Once Dunyarzad could no longer bear the Akasha harvesting her dreams, her consciousness began to dissipate. But this also meant it escaped the Akasha's control. Such a small fragment of consciousness can't last for very long, though. It will return to its original dream, where both will gradually fade until they completely disappear. I used all the power I had to keep her dying dream alive as long as possible, but it still wouldn't have lasted for much longer if it hadn't been for you two breaking the samsara.
So it looks like we did manage to save Dunyarzad in the end. Not a moment too soon.
Very happy ending.
Huh? Why are you two smiling so happily? I thought you'd be so moved that you'd start crying. I need to spend more time observing human emotions.
Both are fine. Everyone reacts differently.
Alright, you two must have a lot of other questions for me, right? After all, you saved my faithful believer. As your reward, I will answer any and all questions.
Start with why do you look like Catherine?
To be accurate, I'm using the Akasha as a medium to occupy Catherine's consciousness.
How did you do that? Poor Catherine. Does this mean you can also occupy other people's consciousnesses?
Theoretically, I can enter anyone's mind as long as they're wearing their Akasha terminal. The Akasha is the legacy of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. As Lesser Lord Kusanali and the first Akasha terminal, my consciousness has always been linked to the Akasha. I've always respected my people's free will, so I've never actually occupied their consciousness. When necessary, I just borrow this bionic Snezhnayan puppet.
Hold on. Did we just learn some deep, dark secret? So Catherine is... No wonder Paimon felt something was off about her.
It's a puppet.
What about your own body? Why do you need to borrow other people's? Don't you live in the sanctuary of Surasthana?
That story begins a long time ago. After Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared, the sages found my newly born self and took me back to Sumeru. At that time, I was young and weak. The sages kept me in the sanctuary of Surasthana, ostensibly for the sake of protecting me. But I've hardly heard from them since. However, I do understand that they had hoped to find Greater Lord Rukkhadevata instead of me, a symbol of her passing.
So, the sages basically put their new Archon under house arrest? How dare they! Why don't you teach them a lesson, Nahida?
In some ways, they aren't wrong. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata was omniscient and omnipotent. Even after her death, the Akasha is still empowering this nation. And I'm still really far away from being able to call myself the God of Wisdom. Moreover, the Academia is also more proficient at governing this country. My existence has little meaning.
Me, you're already an excellent Archon.
Yeah, you got a lot of believers. Just look at the Sabzeruz festival. Everyone who showed up truly loves you.
Thank you for the kind words. But I honestly don't need physical freedom as long as I can connect my consciousness to the Akasha. Trying to find a way to save Irminsul is my life's mission and top priority. I will work on that, and try to live up to being a deity in the meantime. Every once in a while, I will also take up the duties of the God of Wisdom and enlighten a lost soul here and there. Doing all that should be enough.
About what I saw in the dream at the Avidya Forest.
At the Avidya Forest, there was this incense that made the traveler fall unconscious and dream of a huge tree and a red sky.
You also heard someone's voice, right? It said world and forget me.
Yeah, so you do know! We've been wanting to ask you what that was about, and if the red sky was related to Conria.
It seems like the Traveler established a connection to Irminsul. That was a message left by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul. Perhaps her last memory before she died. As you two probably know, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata disappeared after the disaster in Conria. The timings of these events do line up, so your suspicions are reasonable.
A message from Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? We thought it was from King Deshret.
King Deshret? That god who died even longer ago? Some present-day desert dwellers still worship him. You probably just heard some of their conspiracies.
Okay, so what does the message mean?
I still haven't managed to decipher it. Even the Akasha isn't currently capable of doing that. Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's residual consciousness in Irminsul seems to be contaminated with something that has a very dangerous aura to it. Many devoted scholars go mad as soon as they connect their consciousness. I've warned the Academia about this many times, but people still keep falling victim to it. But I believe this is the key to saving Irminsul. That's why I've kept trying to decipher it.
So the tree in the vision was Irminsul? Oh, Tighnari also said that Irminsul is sick! Is it because of the contaminated consciousness? But even if you can't figure out what that vision was all about, it seems like our search for you was all in vain.
The Traveler wasn't affected after coming in contact with that consciousness. I've never seen anyone like that. With you here, we may have a chance at deciphering it. No, we must decipher its secrets. I've already eliminated all other factors that might affect Irminsul. This is the only one left. This puzzle has life and death at stake. It could determine Irminsul's fate, as well as Teyvat's.
About the Sage's plan.
There's never been any big problems with the Academia's governance of Sumeru. This is the first time I've seen them step out of line. I wonder what caused them to go down this path, and what they hope to achieve. Even though the city's residents haven't noticed anything strange, if the Traveler hadn't broken the Sabzeruz Samsara, the situation could have become dire. I tried to do some investigating in the Akasha, but I couldn't find anything suspicious. And all the people of interest seem to purposely avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. I think they're deliberately trying to hide something.
Oh, that reminds Paimon. In Gandharvasil, there was a sage who had invited Tighnari to join some kind of project. Could it be related?
Regardless, I need to first investigate the sage's motives, make things right, and punish them if needed. But I'll have to be discreet, or they'll see me coming.
No one has realized the issue with the Akasha?
You mean how the Akasha stops you from having dreams?
Yeah, it's been such a long time. No one's noticed something's up?
They're downloading your dreams.
It's not that no one noticed. It's more like no one cared. Ultimately, it's all rooted in the sage's misdirection.
Misdirection?
The sages convinced everyone to believe that being unable to dream is a sign of rationality and wisdom. Not dreaming is a badge of honor in Sumeru, even if the truth is that their dreams are being reaped by the Akasha. With their propaganda in place, the sages can maximize their use of the Akasha to facilitate their research. Besides, Greater Lord Rukkhadevata must have created the Akasha in the hopes that it could be used to its full potential. That's why I've never come out strongly against this. Anyway, the perspective advocated by the sages drowned out any voices of doubt. By now, even those who never use Akasha terminals find it too shameful and embarrassing to talk about their dreams.
I don't have any more questions.
Got it! I hope my answers were satisfactory, seekers of knowledge. To be honest, maintaining Dunyarzad's fading dream took a lot of mental energy. I think I may need to rest for a while. Oh, and you don't need to worry too much about the sage's activities for now. The Akasha won't be able to conduct another project on the scale of the Sabzeruz Samsara in the immediate future.
Go and get some sleep.
Leave everything to us. What a relief. This is truly the most exhausting birthday I've ever had.
Traveler? Paimon? Why am I here? Do either of you know?
Maybe you were sleepwalking. You know you can't wake up a sleepwalker. We happened to walk by, so we thought we'd wait for you to wake up.
I see. Huh. I should visit my maintenance personnel sometime. Oh, I'm fine. I better go. Thank you.
We spent quite some time in Sumeru City, but ever since we last said goodbye to Lesser Lord Kusanali, we haven't heard anything from her. Oh, we can't just keep waiting around like this. Let's go find Catherine and pick up some work so we can at least keep ourselves busy.
In light of the alternating day cycles, one can see the homeward figure in the lighthouse on the bridge. What is this, a riddle or a proverb or something? Alternating day cycles? Homeward figure? Hello, traveler. You interested in Drusus's riddle too? Is it really a riddle? You know who set it up? It was set up by an academia researcher named Drusus. As far as I know, he's an eccentric, even among the academia crowd. He loves to talk about riddles with anyone, as well as research all kinds of encryption methods. But some of his riddles are too incomprehensible, so not many people are willing to deal with him. So we came up with the Solve Riddles for Prizes idea. Simply put, this riddle actually hints at a treasure trove. You just have to show up at the right place at the right time using the right method and you'll get the treasure. Drusus also gave a hint, saying that locations are all within Sumeru City. But as you can see, no adventurer has been able to succeed. You can certainly try if you're interested, but if you ask me, I'll tell you something else more productive. I'll keep going to Catherine. There's Passenger.
Astra Avisask. We meet again, you two.
Hi, Catherine. Do you have any commissions for us today?
Commissions, huh? Let me think. Oh, how about this? Please attend the Academia's Academic Symposium this afternoon and recite a love poem on stage.
Wait, say what now?
And if possible, please also use your camera to capture the reaction of the audience upon finishing the poem.
Huh? What kind of commission is that?
I feel embarrassed just imagining it. The audience would definitely have a reaction.
I see. It appears that you're not interested in this commission. In that case, please go to Port Armos and convince the Eremites there to spend some time volunteering at the local orphanage.
Good luck with that.
Hey, that's not any better.
Isn't that just asking for a beating? Mercenaries and orphanages really don't go together.
I'm sure the mercenaries will have some interesting reactions as well.
Hyman's gotta ask, just who exactly has been submitting these commissions to the Adventurers Guild?
Oh, the commissioner? Well, actually, I just wanted to see the two of you in action.
You're not actually Catherine, are you? You're Naida, right?
Was it so obvious? I was hoping you'd actually take one of those commissions. That kind of chance to observe humans doesn't come by often. So it's Nahida. Hyman just knew Catherine wouldn't crack those kinds of jokes. When did you get into her head? From when she said, Astra Abyssosque? So it's been you this whole time? Are you done resting up, Nahida? Yes. I've been sleeping ever since we parted ways, and I even had a really, really long dream.
So the Akasha can't take away the dreams of gods?
It was another dream about the Sabzeruz festival, except it was a happy one. In my dream, I was sitting in the middle of a flower terrace, and everyone in Sumeru City was holding hands as they danced in circles around me. They danced round and round, and everyone looked really happy. I also got to sit on a gigantic flower carriage. Ferris, the Knight of Flowers, raised me really, really high above the ground, and I was throwing an endless amount of Yalda candies at the children. You know, Nahida, maybe your dream is how the Sabzeruz festival really should be. It's meant to be a joyous time where everyone gets together to celebrate your birthday.
Yeah, but in reality...
Huh? Wasn't I describing a really happy dream? Why are you both looking at me like that? Wait, could this be an example of the emotion known as pity? No, we aren't pitying you. That would only make everything worse. We just don't want you to feel too sad. By the way, have you had a chance to visit Dunyarzad? How's she doing? The Homianis haven't allowed any visitors after the festival, so we haven't been able to check on her. Yes, I paid her a visit right after I woke up. She was resting at the time. Her condition is stabilized. However, since Elazar is a manifestation of the withering on the human body, we can only cure it by finding a way to take care of Irminsul's own withering. But for the moment, our top focus should still be figuring out what the sages are up to and what they're planning. Right. Who knows what'll happen if they manage to pull off another scheme like the Samsara of the Sabzeruz festival. So our first priority should be investigating and putting a stop to the sages' activities. As for how we should pull that off, let's discuss it somewhere else. There are too many adventurers around here. Oh, good point. Sorry, adventurers. We're gonna be borrowing Catherine for a little while. Let's continue our chat here. Okay, so do you have any ideas on how we can investigate the sages, Nahida? Actually, I've already done a little bit of work on that. But for now, I want to hear your thoughts.
Possess a key figure in the academia? Possess a student and infiltrate the sage's quarters? You can grab someone close to the sages and question them. I'll say the first one.
I've already tried that, but all the key members of the academia, even the core of 30 guards, intentionally avoid wearing their Akasha terminals. It seems that from the very beginning, they've been guarding against info leaks from the Akasha. Of course, it could also be because they're wary of me. Have you already caught the sage's attention? I'm guessing not yet, but distrusting me would make perfect sense if they've ever paid attention to the urban legends about me. In any case, I probably can't take over their minds directly.
Possess a student and infiltrate the sage's quarters?
No way, that's too risky. You mean it'd be too easy to get caught? No, it's not that. We shouldn't involve innocent students in this. A single mistake could completely ruin their lives. Doing that would be ignoring the safety of my people for my own selfish goals. How is that any different from what the sages are doing? That's a good point. Spoken like the god of Sumeru.
You could grab someone close to the sages and question them?
We're in the dark as of now. Since we still don't know anything about their goals, any rash move could tip them off and lead to terrible consequences. After all, every person in Sumeru City is one of their hostages.
I can't think of anything else.
Are we really out of ideas? Nahida, you're super smart, so you already have something in mind, right? Don't keep us in suspense. Spill the beans already. According to a popular theory from the Bahumana Darshan of the Academia, rejecting impractical motions at the beginning of a planning session will give more weight to the actual proposal.
Interesting.
Okay, but aren't you the god of wisdom? You don't have to use that kind of gimmick to make us take your ideas seriously. Well, I've been thinking that if I can't directly possess the leaders, and if I can't get ordinary people involved, then I should find someone who's already involved, but hasn't decided to side with the sages. You're saying we should recruit a spy? That does sound like it could work. Oh, before coming back, we met someone named Al-Haytham. He seems like he acts alone, and he likes doing stuff behind the Academia's back. They probably aren't in cahoots. Actually, I already have someone in mind. Do you still remember that female scholar named Setaria? Setaria! Paimon remembers now! Isn't she the one who's always trailing behind the Grand Sage of the Academia? We ran into her basically every time the Sub-Zero's festival repeated itself. You could even say we're old enemies by now. Paimon still remembers the smug and mean way she always spoke to Nilou. I've always liked observing all kinds of people, and Setaria has always stood out from the crowd. She was born in the desert, and was hailed as their greatest genius. Her academic gifts allowed her special admission into the Academia, and also gave her the opportunity to serve as the sage's assistant. Oh, Paimon didn't know she was from the desert. She must be pretty special then. Paimon feels like most of the desert dwellers around the city are working as mercenaries. The name Setaria means star. When she lived in the desert, she shone like the brightest star in the night sky. Later on, she was chosen by the sun. The star was given a place in the daytime sky to complement the sun's dazzling light. Soon after, the star witnessed the sun scorching the earth, which brought forth many disasters. The star began to waver. Instead of staying beside such a sun, wouldn't it be better to return and light up part of the night sky? But in the end, she couldn't give up the radiance of daytime. To cope with her shame, the star buried her guilt and closed her eyes.
This is no longer just a metaphor.
From the sound of it, Setaria is just hung up on the research opportunities here. But she doesn't really support the Academia. She still feels guilty about not doing more for the desert, right? She's just running away from her problems. Indeed. When they are presented with complex moral issues, many people will simply plug their ears and go with the flow until the problem can't be fixed anymore. She's suppressing a lot of guilt, but before she realized it, she had already become the sage's accomplice. She can't deny her part in their schemes anymore.
Sounds exactly like the person we need.
Right. We must somehow make her face her problems again. That way, not only can we get useful intel from her, but she can also use it as an opportunity to redeem herself. From my past observations, Setaria will take a day off from the Academia every 10 days to do some shopping in the city. Tomorrow afternoon just happens to be a shopping day for her. That'll be our chance. To prepare, let's go check out some of her favorite spots, and have a quick chat with a few of the vendors there.
Alright, let's hope that if I move away and try something else. I want to try to do the daily ones before we begin. He's healing himself. We need to get rid of these. Better not get your shield back. It's hard with that Noelle, huh?
Shadows of fate. Fate is upon you.
Mona sounds like Hu Tao, her voice.
Scatter! Germinate! Disappear! Worthless! Worthless!
Yay! Now let's quickly swap for Noelle, so don't do this again. Constellation. Oh, number 1. Cool. Alright, switch gear. Alright, Mona, you are fired. Noelle is fired. Noelle, as soon as you find somebody, you can heal her. Sunlight right behind. Well, we've done this one a few times. I'm not reading this one. Three light novels that meet the requirements.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
Someone needs assistance.
There you go. Still can't reach a consensus. I got a book out of it.
I'll catch up.
Want a taste of my hammer?
stone. As a dutiful maid
Well, wasn't quite the way I thought it would be, but we'll take it. Now we get to defeat some ruin machines. Can't go there. I haven't unlocked that thing yet. Guess we'll go here now.
I'll catch up.
Alright, ruin machines are going down. This doesn't look like a ruin machine. That looks like a little ghost thing. Those ruin machines? Aww. I love these
I must
things.
leave no stone unturned.
Got one.
Leave it all to me.
Red Claymore. Hey, I don't need Daya. I already got Healer. Fire Claymore. Turn these guys in.
Ad Astra. Thank you for
It's not Naida.
Ad Astra at
such a long time. Grab a bunch of level up stuff.
This realm is...
See what the new stuff is. Furnishings, blueprints.
If you ever have it...
I got around level 1. I was way higher than that. Okay. Character is involved in another quest and cannot be on the stage behind. Oh, same place. See. I think that's the storyteller guy. Just my luck. I'm not going to tell any more stories today. Not today, I swear it. What's going on? This tiny little stage is really annoying me. It's been poorly maintained for decades. It squeaks at the lightest touch. I've told our boss, Fan Uri, that it needed to be replaced, but he would always brush me off, saying that he couldn't find a good carpenter to do the job. Today, when I was telling the story of Wrath of Aeshion, it would make that infernal squeak with every pose I would strike. Nothing could have killed the mood more effectively. Everyone present burst out laughing, and some even made fun of me for it. I'm fed up with it. I must bring a good carpenter to see Fan Uri. Then we will see what other excuses he can come up with this time. Here's from the Adventurer Guild, right? Can I just directly ask you to find a carpenter for me? How do I find a carpenter? Oh, my bad. You don't look like you're from around here. How can I expect you to know where to find good carpenters? Well then, will you go to Kinshe Village and look for Master Lu at Fanmu Carpenters? He's known for good skills. Please ask him if he's willing to help me. He can send an apprentice if he's not available. Any carpenter from Fanmu's Carpenters can manage a job. But if they build it right, that means we can finally have a befitting stage for Ms. Yun. I'm such a genius. With this reasoning that I just came up with, I don't see how Arie could say no again this time. Just rest assured, as long as you bring the carpenter here, you'll get paid in full. Got it. I'm counting on you. I'm in my tea house every day. Come to see me when you've found the carpenter. What's the hurry, young man? Would you like to sit down and have a cup of tea? There's something... You explain the situation. Oh, it's not difficult to build a new stage. I'm afraid I can't help. Liyue Harbor is too far away. No one will be taking care of the carpenter if I go. What's more, I'm too old to travel this far. It would take a toll on my fragile bones. And we won't bother Fanmu's Carpenters. I guess I can kiss this commission fee goodbye. Hang on a second, since you travel this way, how about I recommend someone capable for you? He's not my apprentice, but I've been considering the possibility of accepting him. Master Lu, I'm almost over the 4-chair set the village had wanted, but I ran out of wood for the last chair. Daiyu, thank you for helping me out in the village. Speak of the devil, I was just about to say that Daiyu can handle your request as well. Do you have a job for me? But I'm not yet his apprentice, so I can't represent the carpenters. Calm down, they came from Liyue Harbor and want us to build a new stage for a tea house. Oh, you want us to build you a stage? Us means me and Master Lu. Did you hear that, Granny Roshin? Yes, I did. Haha, Master Lu, Daiyu really wants to be your apprentice. He only follows you around at Fanmu's Carpenters when there are so many other choices. He's a diligent and kind boy. It's time you gave him the nod. Got it, got it. I've really already asked him to take jobs on my behalf. I think I've made myself quite clear. Thank you, Master. Daiyu, the first job I'm going to officially send you on is to rebuild the stage for the tea house. Do your best to make me proud. Piece of cake. I worked for the carpenter who built the stage for the Jade Chamber. I won't be so proud yet. The stage of the tea house has lasted for decades. You gotta build a sturdy one for them too. So this is all for Arie's tea house. How has he managed to never replace his tiny stage for so long? I'll take the job. Let me finish the last chair in the set and I'll come with you. I'm sorry you'll have to wait a bit. I need 3 pieces of pine wood for the last chair. I'm going to collect some. We'll have to wait a bit? Well, if you don't want to wait, you'll have to magically produce 3 pieces of pine wood right here, right now. Got it. So you can really do that? Then could I trouble you to bring me 1 red dye? Now wait a minute. Aha, don't get so worked up. A great person like you must have a greater heart. You found everything? Yep. Here they are. He busies himself making the chair. Last chair's finished. Here you are, Granny. now, time to head to the tea house. Take care, Master. Be back in a few days. Alright, be safe. Well then, if I leave now, I'll reach it by tomorrow evening. See you at the tea house then.
I still a lot to do with.
It's an 18 more.
How about you take a rest while I go back?
Probably gonna ask for more materials while it's here. What do you mean? Don't tell me you're still arguing amongst yourselves. Oh, I get it. Mr. Lusu wants to build a new stage, but he doesn't want to make the call here. Fan Area, who is actually in charge, isn't keen on building something new. Fine. Let me know when you two have things sorted out. I've just had a tiring trip and would like to get some rest while waiting. This is just great. So your trip was a waste in the end? What about our commission fee? Be patient, let me try talking to you. Area, if you don't want to spend a small sum of money for the stage, you'll lose a big fortune in the future. Just think about it. Every time Ms. Yoon gives her marvelous spear flourish performance, the audience will hear the squeak of the stage before they even get to applaud. Isn't that simply embarrassing? The Yunhan Opera Troupe isn't obliged to perform at our tea house. They could go somewhere else if they're displeased. That would be a huge loss on our side. Ms. Yoon is a dear friend. She would never do that to me. You're quite an optimist, aren't you? But I heard that many people who have chosen to go to third round knockout instead of tea house lately. Iron Tongue Tian has gotten even more popular than me. Could you try to be a little more realistic? With all the money Ms. Yoon has earned for the tea house, don't tell me that you can't even afford to build a new stage. Did someone just call my name? Oh, it's you, Mr. Lu Su. You look angry. What happened? It's nothing. I'm not angry, actually. Well, are you here to perform today? I'm just here to have some tea and pay you and carry a visit. Ah, if it isn't Mango 3M. What a surprise. Say it's fate. I'm not at all surprised. Ms. Yoon certainly knows the art of conversation. Come, friends. I have some newly made tea from Kiryan Village. Let's brew a pot. Uriye, when I was downstairs, I heard that you're going to rebuild the stage, so this day has finally come? This will need a bit more consideration. Oh, a bit more consideration. Speaking of which, do you know who I visited in the Kinshe village today? You can just directly tell me that you want to see Rao Shin again. Good guess. Granny Rao Shin was asking about the tea house. And I told her that everything was the same as when she was young. Then she said, what did she say? Oops, forgot what she said. You seem to have a good memory. Why does it have to fail on this particular day with something so important? Forget it, she'll be happy with things remaining as they were. Young people are always after new things and have little respect for the past. All you know is forcing me to rebuild the stage. The more I explain, the more you'll find me annoying. Don't get mad at me, please. Uriye, let's have tea and I'll brew us some. Mango 3M and Mr. Lu Su, could I trouble you to bring me some tea? Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and put a cut in the video so we can actually have some tea. Let me see if anyone else is on real quick. Usually are Saturday afternoons. Let's try Tyler Salt. He's doing Octopath. We were just talking about this game last stream, so. Alright. Enjoy, let me know how you like it. Have a great weekend. Maybe I'll see you tomorrow. We'll see.